Hello you guys and welcome back to another video on my channel, The Science King, and today we are going to be talking about genetic engineering, so let's get into it. So variation in species can be generated by genetics. Mutations arise spontaneously and can sometimes lead to genetic disorders or death. Genes can be inserted into a genome through genetic engineering. Genetic engineering is also called genetic modification. It involves modifying the genome of an organism by introducing a gene from another organism to result in a desired characteristic. Genetic engineering involves these steps. Number 1, selection of the desired characteristic. Number 2, the gene responsible for the characteristic is cut out of the chromosome. Number 3, the gene is transferred and inserted into another organism. And number 4, replication of the modified organism. So current uses of genetic engineering. Diabetes is a disorder in which the body's blood glucose levels remain too low or too high. It can be treated by injecting insulin. Bacterial cells have been genetically modified to produce human insulin as a solution to diabetes. Current genetically modified crops include those that are resistant to insect attack or herbicide resistant. This causes an increase in yield. Herbicide-resistant crops allow them to tolerate the herbicide, but the weeds are killed by it. Thus, overall, less herbicide is needed. Scientists have added a gene called golden rice to wild rice that makes it produce beta-carotene. The advantage is that it can be used in areas where there is deficiency of vitamin A. In the future, researchers are hoping to use genetic engineering to be able to overcome some inherited disorders such as cystic fibrosis and Huntington's disease, amongst others. What is the process of genetic engineering? Well, the main steps of genetic engineering are: number 1, enzymes are used to isolate the required gene. The gene is inserted into a vector, which is usually a bacterial, plasmid, or a virus. Number 2, the vector inserts the gene into required cells. Number 3, the genes are transferred to animals, plants, and microorganism cells during early development. This allows them to develop with this desired characteristic. So benefits of genetic engineering. Genetic modification is a faster and more efficient way of getting the same results as selective breeding. It improves crop yields and crop quality, which is important in developing countries. This may help reduce hunger around the world. It introduces herbicide resistance, which results in less herbicide being used as weeds are quickly and selectively killed. Insects and pests resistance can be developed and inserted into the plants. The plant produces toxins which could discourage insects from eating the crop. Sterile insects could be created, such as mosquito. They would breed, which would lead to infertile offspring. This may help the spread of disease such as malaria, dengue fever, and Zika virus. Risks of genetic engineering. Transfer of the selected gene into other species is challenging. What benefits one may harm the other. Some people believe it is not ethical to interfere with nature in this way. Also, genetically modified crop seeds are often more expensive, and so some people in developing countries cannot afford them. GM, as in genetically modified crops, could be harmful. For example, toxins from the crops have been detected in some people's blood. GM crops could cause allergic reactions in people, and pollen produced by the plants could be toxic and harm insects that transfer it between the plants. So hopefully you guys enjoyed and learned something. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the